Hello there and welcome to ADcraft. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this fantastic Cyberpunk Tower in your world and giving you details later of how you can get the world download for this along with the other builds in this world. So don't go anywhere and let's get on with the video. The finished build contains the following materials, but during the course of the build you may need more of the first three. Here's the floor plan for the build with some of the key distances to make sure you get everything in the right place. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the Andesite section. Now this is a tower, so it's quite tall, as I said, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the Andesite everywhere that we've got Andesite on the floor here, and we're going to bring that up to a total of 29 blocks. Once that's done, we continue this all the way round, so we have a box of andesite that's this height. With the andesite in place, it looks like this. Now it's worth noting that I am, to make the build easier to follow, just filling in all of the sides, and we're actually going to take out some of the blocks to add in the windows later. So actually you do need more of the blocks in order to actually build this up, but once you've watched the video, if you did want to change it so you just left out the sections that we take out later, then that's up to you. Now we've done the andesite. Next section we're going to do is the grey concrete, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this right the way up to the same height, which is 29 blocks, and then we're going to come up a further 10 blocks on top of that. So we'll get this all the way up, and then like we did with the andesite, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 10 blocks above that, and we're going to fill this in for all of the grey concrete around the base. With those two sections in place, we're going to come to the oak planks next here, and these are going to come up 12. So we're going to go on. And then we're not going to be connecting these in a full box, but we are going to be connecting these across the top. So yeah, bring all of these up, these pillars up, and what you will have is a framework of the oak, just like this, and fill that in for the other two pillars as well. With the wooden frame in place, we're going to come level with this top block, and we're going to come out 2 blocks, and we're then going to fill this in so it's level with the andesite itself right at the top. With the grey concrete, what we're going to do is at the same level, we're going to bring this out, and this is going to meet up here on the corner like so, and we're going to bring this up and fill in this entire wall. And then once we've done that and built it up to this height here, we are going to then at the same level again as this top section, bring it right the way across and connect it up with this here. So this box, this grey box, will then go from the bottom all the way up and go to this same height here. So this will all come across, and it comes across a further 5, 6 on this side, 5 on the other side, like so. And yeah, all of this then gets filled in with the grey concrete, like that. So yeah, I'll come back to you once that's all filled in. With the main building shapes in place, we're going to start on some of the roofs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up here with the smooth stone slabs, and we're going to place them as bottom slabs all the way across here, covering up the entire area. So we're going to do that. We're also going to come up to the top level and do exactly the same with the smooth stone slabs, and just bring this in again with half a block down, which means that the roof section here is unspawnable. And yeah, fill both of those in, and then we will work on the roof of the andesite section. Before we do the final roof, we've got some changes or things to add inside the builds to allow us to do the roof properly. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come here into the entranceway section, and on these 2 blocks, just either side of this pillar, we're going to take this all the way up to the roof, and likewise at the other side, either side of the entranceway. So just inside these oak plank pillars, we're going to take this all the way up. We're also going to run this same line of sea lanterns right the way round the edge of the build like this, and all the way down the sides like so. Now what we're then going to do once these are all filled in is we're going to take the polished black stone walls, and we're going to run a line of these walls up just level with these in the corner of each of these, and right the way across the top of the build as well, like so. So the aim of this is that we get some nice lighting coming through past the black stone, and we've got almost a box inside a box. So I will show you what that looks like once that's done. When you've surrounded your build with the black stone and with the sea lanterns, we're going to come up in the middle here, and in the pillar right the way in the centre, we're going to build this up using some of these smooth quartz blocks. Now, we do need to use smooth quartz because we need the slabs and the stairs in a bit, but for the main full blocks, if you wanted to use concrete because it's a bit cheaper, you could do. But other than that, some piglin trading can get you what you need. Now, once that's in place, we're going to come up 3 blocks in between this on both sides of the build, and we're also going to do the same on this side. Now, the other side is the entrance, so we're actually going to leave that as it is. On top of that, we are then going to place some stairs right way upstairs, like so, and we're also going to place some right way upstairs at this point just above the doorway. On the inside of the build, we're going to take some white concrete, and we're going to run that white concrete along on the inside of these sea lanterns, then level with the the stairs that we put in place. We're going to place some upside down stairs just on the underside, like so, all the way round. And what we're then going to do is fill in all of this section right the way through in between the two using some of the orange glass. With the orange glass in place, we're going to take another line of sea lanterns and run them right the way down this side here next to the doorway, just to kind of box off that glass. So we've got the glass going from the sea lantern to the sea lantern. Then on the outside, using some quartz slabs, we're going to come in, and at the top of the build, we're just going to put some slabs in, and then for the top slabs all the way down, in all of these gaps, we're going to fill in the top slabs. So it gives us that decorative touch all the way around, and then we just do that same thing with these quartz slabs right the way around this section. Coming inside the build now, it's quite a large step, but I'm not going to show it all, of course, but I will show you how to do it. What we're going to do is right the way along this white section, we're going to be using white concrete to fill this entire thing up. So we've got a double thick wall going right the way around the inside of the build. So all of these sections are going to be filled up with the white concrete. Again, we will be knocking some of these out, like to make the windows and things there. But it's easiest to just fill everything in and then add the windows afterwards. So go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what it looks like. With those sections of white concrete in, it all looks a lot cleaner. And the next thing that we're going to do is cover up basically the rest of the exposed blocks that we've got here. So first thing we'll do is we'll bring this out level and actually one block past, so it comes level with this block here of the white concrete on all of this section. So all of this will then be filled in. I'll just finish that quickly. And then what we're going to do in this line here, we're going to place some sea lanterns. So these sea lanterns will go all the way up to the top of the andesite section. In between here, we will fill these in with the white concrete. And then also this section here, so this will be covered up by the sea lanterns going up like so. We fill this in as well, and we'll just fill it in for now to this level. So I'll come back once that's done to show you how to do the top section here. Now we've got the sea lanterns in place here, what we will then do is deal with this grey concrete section. And for this grey concrete section, what we're actually going to do is come level with, but not beneath this, because this is going to be covered up in a second with the ceiling of the build. So we'll bring this out and then bring it all the way up to the ceiling and fill it all the way in. So we've got this double layer of grey concrete followed by the white concrete on the inside. With the interior now completely encased in the white concrete, we can start working on this roof. Now this roof is going to be a slightly different one. What we're going to be doing is using the polished blackstone slabs, and first of all we're going to cover these up, and we're going to bring this out and cover up the entirety of this, first of all level with the top of this white concrete. Now, similar to how we've got this sea lantern pillar that goes right the way up the height of the build, we're going to actually add some more of these. And this is the point, this is one of the points where I mentioned before that actually if you wanted to do this whilst you were setting up these interior walls you could, but just for the sake of explaining this, I have filled in the walls and I'm going to knock these out. So we're going to leave 2 gap here, we're going to leave 2 gap here, we're going to leave a 2 here, 2 more, and that brings us to this corner. Then this long wall slightly different. We're going to have 3 of the white concrete and then knock out 3 blocks, then leave 3 again, and then have this final 2. And what we're going to do is for each of these we're literally just going to take out all of the white concrete right the way down to the ground and replace them with sea lanterns. So you're going to have pillars of sea lanterns running from the ground right the way up the build in each of those locations. And yeah, if it is easier for you to do that whilst you're setting up the white concrete, which it may well be for you if you're doing it in survival certainly, feel free to do that. So those sea lanterns are now in place and they form also some decoration from the outside, but also the main lighting for the interior. And what we're going to do now is we're going to come outside this build and we are going to start by taking a line of this andesite out right the way from the bottom up to 2 blocks from the top. And what this is going to do is this is going to mirror, so it's going to be just on the inside here of this of these sea lanterns. So this entire section is going to go, and then next to it on this side it's going to go as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to basically expose all of the concrete right the way down again here as well, just 1 block above this. But we're going to expose all of the concrete that we have that is in between those sea lanterns on all of the sides, and I'll show you what that looks like at the end. But again, another section where you could just leave these bits empty when you build up in the first place. Once you've taken out the andesite, you'll have 2 blocks gap on all of the sides, like so, apart from the longest side where you'll have this 3 gap and the 3 gap here with 3 andesite in the middle. What we're actually going to do is we're also going to knock out the andesite blocks from here down to 2 blocks up at the bottom here, just so we can see the sea lanterns. So that'll look like this when it's done, and that will give us the basis for where we're going to be putting the windows. And the windows, using this line, we're going to go up 2 blocks, we're going to knock out a hole like this, and then we're going to carry on doing that. So up 2 and knock out a hole, 2 more, knock out a hole, 2 more, and when you get to the top you'll find that this, if you've knocked them out in the right places, will then line up with the top of the build like that. So you've got these gaps all the way round. So we do that in each of these areas, and the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to place some black stone slabs like this on the bottom of each of these sections. So again, do that for all of the windows right the way round. With all the windows in place, then we need to add some glass now. So we are going to take some cyan stained glass panes and just fill in all of the holes in the windows. We're also going to use the same stained glass panes to come down and just fill in front of all of these sea lanterns. So we'll do that around the whole build, and then I'll show you how to do the roof. For the roof, we're going to start by putting in a large air vent, air duct thing. So we're going to take some of the polished basalt and we're going to place 3 blocks here centered around this sea lantern. We're going to then place 3 more here, 3 more here, and 3 more here. So we've got a 3x3 space. We're then going to double that up so it's double height all the way around. And next we are going to come inside and we're going to place a stripped spruce log in the center, birch stairs around each of the sides like so, and then we're going to place a birch trapdoor down like this, so that it then makes basically a fan. And what we've done is then created a fan that when you look at it from above. The other thing that we're going to do is over here we are going to place 2 blast furnaces and then 2 more blast furnaces like so, and that again is going to be another air vent, but we're not going to deal with that too much for now. The final thing to do on this stage is to literally then fill in every other space with a bottom slab like so, and this is using the smooth red sandstone slabs, which gives a lovely contrast to the grey and also to the andesite. So yeah, just fill in the rest of these spaces and then we'll get working on the next section on top of this roof. On top of this grey concrete section, we're gonna fill in what is gonna become the platform for the tower on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some sea lanterns, and we're going to create a circle of these sea lanterns. Now in the corners then we're going to fill the middle in with white concrete in a second, so we can use these blocks to allow us to place the blocks. And what we're going to have is 3, then we're going to have 2 blocks coming out, another concrete, 2 blocks coming across, another concrete, and then 3 blocks coming across like this. So that is the pattern. I'll show you again quickly for this. We'll come out 2 blocks here, we'll come down, if I can place the blocks, there we go, 2 blocks this way, and then we come across 3 blocks here, which will match up with the other side. So I'll just complete that circle here and then fill this in with the concrete. With the circle in place and filled in, as you can see, it seems to be floating on this side, so what we're also then going to do is just come in and fill these blocks in so it's got a stable base on this side, and then we are going to cover the entirety of this right the way up to this level with white concrete again. And once we've covered that with the white concrete, another layer, what we're then going to do is place a second layer of sea lanterns just outside this, and these sea lanterns are going to go right the way round, and it is important that we do include the corners of these with the sea lanterns as well, because they will be visible from underneath. So yeah, we will fill this in like I say, right the way round, and then I'll show you what that looks like. With the sea lanterns and the white concrete in place, we're going to add some supports to give this a bit more structure. So we're going to do that by coming to this edge and this edge. So this 3 wide of the bottom set of sea lanterns, and we're going to come down 3 on this. Then underneath we're going to place an upside down stair, and then a right way up stair on both of these. So we're going to come down 3, then we're going to come down 2 on both these sides, and do the same again, upside down stair like this, and a right way up stair on the underside like that. And then the last thing we're going to do is do a single one, and that's going to give us a set of 2 supports that are going to go on the side there. So exactly those 2 supports, we do exactly the same thing on this side. I won't show you, but yeah, just using those 3 there, you will have that, and there should be 1 block gap if you've lined everything up correctly on the inside of those. Now we've got those 2 supports in place, we're going to come in underneath here, and for all these visible blocks we're going to fill these in with some of the slabs like so, and in between here like this as well, right the way round on the underside. So we'll do that all the way round. We're also then going to come up 1 block, and we're going to fill these in with some of the slabs as well. So we've got the bottom block, and it's giving us a full wraparound structure that's going around this. Now when you come to these edges here, then we're also going to add an upside down stair sticking out, and what we're going to then do is place these on top. So that gives again a little bit more of the structure in place here, and do the same on this side with just the upside down stairs on the underside like so. And yeah, fill this in. That doesn't just stop here, this will go all the way around the build like this. With this room in place, the next thing that we're going to do is duplicate exactly what we've got on this layer, 1 layer above it, in the sense of putting sea lanterns all the way around the edge like so, and then filling this with the white concrete. Yeah, the white concrete then goes in the middle like this, and put the sea lanterns all the way around the edge. After we've done that, we're going to take some stairs, and these are going to be upside down stairs, and we're going to add an entire line of these right the way around the build, just leaving this half stair different, so it's got this nice gap that you can see the sea lanterns through. And once we've got this in place, we're then going to come in with some slabs and do exactly the same, just mirror the outline going right the way around the edge of the build here like this. And then you get the nice visibility of the sea lanterns through both of those holes in there. So I'll fill this in and then show you what it looks like. With all those in place, the final section of this roof, we need a junk block. And then against the junk block, we're going to place a final line of slabs just mirroring the underneath. And this is basically going to form like a guardrail all the way around. So we'll do this all the way around. It gives, again, some visibility through. But yeah, it looks really good once that's all done. Next, we're going to work on the Arch Canopy here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to this outside block that we've got here. Now, bear in mind that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 7th block from the edge of your area here of the entranceway. So we're going to come up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to come up 9. And then we're going to come up on the inside of this by 5. Then 3. Then 2. Then 2 again. Then we're going to come across 1. And then we're going to go up 2, across 1, up 2, and then connect this with the wall, which should be 2 more blocks. So once we've done that on one side, we're going to replicate that on the other side as well. And also what we're going to do is we are going to go 1 block inside for this section. So we're always going to leave a full block. So like this, for example, we're then going to move across and start coming up. So we use the first one as a guide, and then it shouldn't cross over with this, but it should just touch at that corner like so, and then bring this all the way through like this. So you've got exactly a 1 gap all the way along, and we'll do that on both sides. With those built, we're going to take the cyan stained glass and go to the middle sections here, and we're going to build this up so it covers up the interior space that we've created. So where it's exactly 1 block wide, then this will be that 1 block basically. So it should just be a case of filling this in and going along the line of the build itself, like so all the way, but just on the inside of this build. So fill that in and then we'll get to lighting it. With the cyan glass in place, what we're going to do is we're simply going to place end rods starting at the bottom, coming all the way up both the sides like this. And when you get to the top, then you just shift across and start placing the end rods in again. It's entirely up to you whether you place them from the top or from the bottom on this. So you can place them like so, so that they match up. And this is going to be done again on both sides as well. Now we're going to add some detailing to the build itself, and what we're going to do is we're going to start over here just above this section where it touches into the grey concrete. And again, this is another one where you could build this when you're building up in the first place, but yeah, it's just easier to do it at the end. And that is, we're going to knock through all of these blocks right the way through to the top here, and we're going to be 2 blocks beneath the top, like so. And just this is all going to be knocked out, and what we're going to do here once this is all knocked out is we are then going to place a line of magma blocks in this section all the way down like this. And this is a similar pattern that we're going to be doing on various different areas of the build, so I'll show you where we're going to be doing that. The first one that we're going to be doing is we're simply going to be knocking out these blocks, and then this will show through on both sides. Also round here we're going to come and do the same, so we're going to come in 1 block here and we're going to knock through all of these blocks, and it's going to have the magma right the way through on this side, right the way down to 2 blocks above the ground, like so. So all of this will be then the magma, And then on this side, we're also going to come up 2 blocks and go here on this side and bring this up. And then here on this side and bring this up as well. So the magma sitting on the inside here. And these 2 are going to come up. And it's going to be level with this bottom part of the window. So we're just going to place one here. And it's level with the bottom one of those 2 black stone areas. And also the same on this side. So we'll fill those in now. And then I will come back to you and show you what they look like once they're done. These are now completely filled in with the magma blocks, and the other bit of detailing that we're going to have in these is that this one actually should be, let me just say, 2 blocks beneath the top there, like so. But the detailing we're going to have in here is we're going to put some acacia fence gates all the way down on all of these, and then we're going to open them. So what that does is it gives some nice depth, so when you look at it from the side you can just catch this line of the acacia fence gates rather, or open all the way down. So we'll do that for all of them, and then we're going to head inside for the next step. Before we go inside, there's one further section that we're going to add in with this same pattern, and that's going through 1 block above this here, and up level with the top here, like so. So it's only about 6 or 7 blocks. Then we're just going to fill this in with the magma, and then again with the fence gates like this, and make sure that every fence gate is open. And then this is what the final outside with this step looks like. And now we're off inside. Inside here, the build inside the grey section, you can see it's quite dark, but we can see the magma that we've got here, which is good because this can act as a guide. And what we're going to do is we're going to knock out some spaces for the windows in this space, and also add in some lighting. So what we're going to do is we're going to come level with this magma block, and then go down 1 and across 1. So we're going to be coming in here, and this is going to extend 5, so it's on top of this other magma block, and we're going to clear this right the way, clear all the white concrete right the way up to this, the roof level. So again, 5 blocks in, so this entire white concrete section is going to go away. And what we're going to then do is, starting at the top, we're going to place a line of sea lanterns, then a space, then a line of sea lanterns, then a space, so on and so forth, all the way down the build. So we're going to do that on this side. We're also going to do the same on this side, but we're going to come in 1 block and then knock out these 3. So the first line of sea lanterns goes here, and we're going to knock out all of these, oh, not that one, all of these blocks, and then sea lanterns every other block. So you've got sea lantern space, and this is going to come right the way down to the ground, and we're going to be 1 block up is where we're starting this. So it's going to start like this, and then everything there is going to have the same pattern, sea lantern block, so on and so forth. Here again, we're going to match this line coming across. We're going to leave 1 space and then have a 2 gap in the middle with the sea lanterns, but exactly the same as we've done before, just sea lantern space all the way up. And the final set of sea lanterns will be here, 1 block above the magma here. So what we're actually doing is basically we're creating sea lanterns above and beneath every window space that we're going to do. So I'll knock all of those out, add in all the sea lanterns, everything's going to get a whole lot brighter, and I'll show you what's next. To finish off the windows, now that we've placed in all of the sea lanterns, first of all, it's much brighter in here. We're just going to knock these blocks out, and then on each of these we're going to place an iron trapdoor, and then we're going to place some orange stained glass on the inside, and that's going to be the same in each of these window holes that we have. So we've got the iron trapdoors on the outside and the orange stained glass on the inside. Now if you're playing in survival and you don't have that much iron, then you could always use the birch, it would still look good, or you could use the acacia to kind of match up with the orange. It's entirely up to you, depending on what you've got access to. But yeah, just fill these in, and then we're done with the windows. To start building the towers on top, we are going to come in to this point, so where these 3 blocks come in, and then we're going to come in 2 blocks, and on the 3rd block we're going to place 2 grey concrete, Then on the either side of this, we're going to place an andesite. We're going to leave a space and then place another andesite and then 2 more grey concrete here. And we're going to put some red sandstone walls either side of that. Now in this middle bit, you can do this if you wish and you have the resources. It looks like quite a nice touch, but if you wanted to put some other blocks in, you could do. I'm going to put some and again, obviously you've got to watch out for some lag, but in terms of how it looks, then I am just going to put some observers facing into each other, because then you get some nice animation and you can see the light coming up. Now if you're building in survival, again, you will also want to light these up. You can use any block. I've just happened to have some jack-o'-lanterns, so those will work there, and those will keep the light levels high. But we're going to repeat this pattern, not including necessarily the lights, but this is going to go 16 high. So I'll put these 16 in and then show you the next, the top of the tower. With the 16 layers in place, I have taken out the bottom set of observers and the top set of observers, and basically just replaced them with andesite and put a wall on top, just to add some detail to the top and the bottom. Now we're going to take some smooth red sandstone, and what we're going to do is we're going to completely cover everything from the concrete and the walls round. So it'll be a 5 by 4 space across here. Then on top of this, we're going to do the same with some more grey concrete. So again, 5 by 4 space, just like so. And then on the orange layer, we're going to take some andesite stairs, and we're going to place upside down stairs across here, upside down stairs here, and round the side as well. And then we're going to add the corner stairs going through, so you can just see the edge of this smooth red sandstone block on each of these. Now moving up to the next level, what we're going to do is take some jack-o'-lanterns, and we're going to face these into each other so you can't see the faces on those, like this. And with those jack-o'-lanterns in place, we're then going to put some andesite slabs right the way round, like this, with another layer of andesite slabs just on top on the outside, but not covering the jack-o'-lanterns, because on top of these jack-o'-lanterns, so they can still give out their light, but so you can't see the orange, we're just going to use some light grey carpet. The next of the pinnacles is going to go here, so we're going to come and this is on this side of the build, so where the arms are. We're going to come out 1 block, and then we're going to place 4 andesite, then we're going to place 4 walls, and that's going to go up 3 like this, and then we're going to place another 4 andesite and go up 3 more. 2, 3, another 4 andesite and go up 3 more. So I will just get that filled in, and this will be then the height that we will add some pillars to that. With those all filled in, we're going to go in alternate corners, and we're going to go up 3, and then we're going to put 2 acacia fences, and then we're going to place an iron bar with an end rod on top. And on here, we're going to go up 1 iron bar, and then, 1 wall, an acacia, and then we're going to go an iron bar and an end rod here. So that's going to be the little pinnacle that we've got on this side. Next, in front of this, in the similar position but just moved around here, we are going to place 2 of the andesite, and we're going to place 2 of the smooth red sandstone there. And then on each of these andesite, we're going to come up 13 blocks total. So that's 1, 2, Once we're up at the top, we're then going to come across and come up a further 4. So it comes level with this. So it's 4 in total rather. And then we're going to fill these gaps in with some of the walls. And these are the red sandstone walls. When we get to the top, we're just going to come up one wall around here, and then we're going to just grab some of the stairs like this, and we're going to place a line of stairs going round like so. Then on here we're going to have two of the walls, then an andesite wall, and then 1, 2 of these, an iron bar on top, and then an end rod. There are two more little details that we're going to fill in, one of which is going to be here, just coming around this corner section here, and we're going to just put in a little tower going up like this, and sorry, that is going to go here with just some acacia fences and some end rods going up like this, and then on top of here we're going to add some iron bars, an acacia, another iron bar before we put an end rod on top. So that's just another little aerial. On this side we're going to do similar to what we did down beneath, and we're going to place our blast furnaces like so, and then shift clicking on top we're going to use some rails to create a fan coming in, and then just attached to the side of that we're going to create just another little antenna going out through like this. Now what I am then going to do is just connect some of these up using some nether brick stairs, nether brick walls rather, just to make it look like there is some power going between these different things, and it's all connected up. And that's just always quite a nice little touch where it comes to cyberpunk things, with the big cables going in between all the different bits of the build. Now we're going to do the big neon sign going around the edge of this. For the neon sign we're going to come up for 4 blocks from here. So we've got 3, and then we're going to come up 4 blocks. And what we're going to do is place at the bottom here, we're going to place a smooth quartz slab. We can get rid of these because those were just junk blocks. And right the way round over these sea lanterns, we are going to mirror this all the way through. But we don't need the corners in, so it's worth saying they can just connect up like this. So it'll be 5, and then bring that through. We don't need the corner again, and 3, and don't need the corner again, so on and so forth. So that this all goes all the way round. Now once we've done that all the way round, so all lines up as we were expecting. One more here actually, not quite right. There we go. So once it lines up as we were expecting, then we are going to put the magenta stained glass in, and we're going to go up 7 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to top this off in exactly the same way that we did again with just the smooth quartz coming all the way around. Now at this point you will have basically a blank screen, so you can, if you want to, put whatever design you want on there as you're going. But I'm just going to fill this in to show you what it looks like, and then I will put the text in place. With the completed screen in place, we need to add now some lighting. Now with this lighting we need again some junk blocks, and these are going to go around the top like so, and these need to come in not again on the corners, but all of these blocks around here. What we're going to do with these blocks is that we're going to come underneath, and we're going to start placing some of the end rods coming down through the build like so, and this is going to happen all the way around the build on the inside, and then when you look at it at night time then it will obviously show through. So put your junk blocks in. Once you've actually placed your end rods, you can get rid of these junk blocks again. They can be anything that you like, and just start placing all of these end rods in place. So the screen's now finished, and now we're just going to finish off some of the details on these other roofs before I put the branding on the building, because if you wanted to put your own branding on, of course you could just then skip that part, but what we're going to do here is we're just going to create some little antennas again, using some of the little tricks that we've got. So we've got things like an observer that's going to go here. Just because it's got a nice texture on the sides, we've created another little one of these these vents, and then we're also going to connect some of these things up like so, using some extra slabs put on top of here so we can actually start placing the blocks. And again, using the nether brick to connect these up appropriately to the right places. And in fact, I'm going to get rid of that one because it doesn't look quite right. So yeah, we've got these, and then we'll just turn this into an antenna by adding some iron bars and some end rods, and that also adds a little bit of extra light to the roof itself. There we go. And then we are going to do something similar down here. On this next roof down, we're going to create a little vent that's coming out of the wall here, and that's going to just be a 4x4 of bone blocks. And then we're going to use some jungle trapdoors other way around, so that we've got the clasps at the edge, and these look like an air conditioning unit. And then what we can do is then connect that round to the side of the build here using some of our piping. Then using a block here and here to place some more things, we're going to place some blast furnaces, and these blast furnaces can go like this. We're going to just place a trapdoor on top of one and then connect this up to the wall. Again, just a little industrial unit there. And the last thing that we're going to do here is just create ourselves another one of the little air conditioning vents going out of the roof using our rails on top of the using our rails on top of the blast furnaces. And yeah, the whole thing then kind of looks a bit more finished. And then yeah, up here as well, if you wanted, you could do things like add an extra little antenna coming up here, just to finish things off as well, just to make sure that we've got all of the space and it doesn't look too empty. But yeah, that's that bit done. Now I will show you how to do the branding that I've chosen to do for this building, but you can put your own logo or your own face or anything that you want on these. Now I have chosen to brand this Cyber Ink, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cyan concrete and just break out some of these blocks here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place 3 of these blocks here, then we're going to come out 2, and you choose the front or wherever you want the front to be of your build to do this, and then just come up 1 of the blocks here, and then we're just going to basically just freestyle some lettering around this build in order to make sure that it looks good when we are actually doing that. So we've got CY, and then leaving 1 glass block each space between these. We're going to come in and fill these in. So what I'll do is I'll fill the rest of these letters in, and then I'll give you a fly through, and if you want to copy the letters, you can do that based on the outcome of filling these in. So as promised, the lettering's now done. So we've got the CYB E coming around there, R, and then the IN Mr. Block. There we go, N, C. So Cyber Inc. is the name of the organisation that you've got here, and I'll just fly around that so you can see the letters. Again, you can do these in any way that you like. You could just have it as an image, you could have it as anything. So there's quite a bit of space on here that you can actually use. But now what I am going to do is show you how to do the lettering down the side of the building as well, and also the logo. Now the height of this build is designed to hold the 3x3 letters going down. So for example, and again, I will just show you at the end rather than showing you each letter. You've got a C here, and then you come down 1 block, and then you start with your Y. Wrong block, there we go. C, Y. And bring this across with your stairs. So yeah, you can just bring this down. The B is a little bit trickier, so I will just show you that as the last letter. And what we do with the B is we place 2 of the blocks like so, and then we place a stair, and a stair, and that gives us the nice B. So yeah, I'll finish filling in the letters. The other thing that I am going to do is fill in end rods going down on the inside of these where they will fit, because obviously in some cases they won't fit, but just ties the letters together like that, and just get these in place there, and then we'll leave a space for the logo and show you how that's done. So the sign and the name is now in here, so we've just got the ink at the bottom there, just like let you have a quick look at how that's done, and then we've got the cyber up at the top. And this 3x3 lettering looks really good on the side of the building. And what I've done is I've deliberately left a bit of a space here and created a bit of a logo just to kind of tie the whole build together. And that logo starts using some of the prismarine. Now I chose the prismarine because it changes colour, so it kind of gives a nice little animated feel. So what we're going to do is start by 2 upside down stairs with a slab in between. Then next we're going to have a slab all the way across like this. We're going to have some prismarine stairs on top. We are then going to place some full blocks either side, and you can see as I'm placing it, the prismarine changing colour, which looks quite nice. And then we are going to place all of the slabs across the top like that, like so. And what we will then do is just put an end rod in the middle. And so I thought that this was quite a nice little way to tie the title together and just give it a bit more of an identity. So when you look at it from this side, it looks really quite good, and obviously ties into the name here. Now I won't show it on there, it's exactly the same thing, but I'm going to be setting up some of the same name here, just floating against this platform here, so it's going to be 2D with the end rods here, but I will show you that once it's finished the build. But what we're also going to do is, using this big blank space, recreate the logo in much bigger font or much bigger size, so I'll show you how to do that now. To create the logo on the side of the building, we're just going to upscale everything by basically by 4 times. So we're going to leave 2 blocks of gap above this strip here, and then we're going to create a stair shape, a slab shape, and then a stair shape on the other side. And what we're also going to do is we're going to fill the entire thing as we go with the end rods, because that's what's going to give us the light. And then make sure that this lines up, and because it's because the whole thing is 6 wide, then it kind of fits in with the end rods nicely. So what we will then do is come up here, because there's a slab, and bring all of these across. Goes up one more here at the edges, and then in the middle like so, and then we've got a full block. So that would be like a slab with a stair on top, then we've got a full block on top of that, and then the extra slab here. And then the final touch is to have one line, which would be a line of slabs going through. So as you can see, we've got exactly the same logo going on here that we have there, but it's created in just a bit of a bigger scale. And kind of this whole scaling things up and using them multiple times just can really help make your builds look pretty good. Just as a little detailed touch, really. So let me just finish putting the end rods in here quickly. And now the end rods are in, what we're then going to do is we're just going to put cyan stained glass right the way on the front of this, all of them, and then that will light up at night time and show the logo in the same kind of colour that we've got with the prismarine. So yeah, I'll just finish this again, and then basically we are finished. So now that it's done, you can see there's absolutely loads of space in this build, and this would be perfect if you wanted. For example, you could put a mob farm in here, you could put melon and pumpkin farms, you could just use this as your main base and put sorting systems in, and all sorts of things. So there's lots and lots of options for you, but if you did want to put floors in it, so you could use each one of these, here is my suggestion as to where you would put them. The first one would be level with these stairs, so it would give you a break in that transition there, and that would come through up here. Then you would go up 2 sets of windows, one set and then a second set of windows here, and then you would bring this across, and this would then match up with this second transition where you've got the extra blocks here, then again you'd come up 1, 2 sets of windows. In each case you would be placing these as the bottom block, so you could place other things on top of these, and then again you get it 2 sets of windows, and it actually brings us up to this roof. So you would get 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors here, and then obviously you would get to this point and each of the floors would then be on the bottom window here. So yeah, you can again split this however many you would like, but I would suggest that potentially you do it like so, and then you could have a smaller floor, or you could just have a larger last floor, or you could separate it even more and have floors however you wanted. But yeah, plenty of space in here. I will put a floor in just to show you what it would look like with some stairs as well. So I've taken off the texture pack now, and this is the vanilla textures. I use Vanilla BD Craft, which is just an HD version of these textures anyway, really. So the builds that I make do look good in vanilla as well. So if you don't use a texture pack, then you can rest assured that you'll still get a really good output. There are some slight differences. Obviously the smooth sandstone's not quite so smooth, the andesite's a bit busier, but then on the flip side the concrete is even smoother. So yeah, this is the textures, and now to show you the build. Now that the floors are in place, I've popped on the shaders and I've hopped into spectator mode to show you what it looks like. So as you can see with the coloured glass, I'm using Seuss Renewed's shaders for this, and yeah, with the floors it does give you absolutely acres of space in here and looks really good once you've got the floors in place. So you come through, and then let's just come out here because we can through the walls, and yeah, this is the build and this is what it looks like, the finished result. I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I particularly like the lettering on the sides and the logo that I've come up with. I think it really gives a real sort of element of lore to the building, and yeah, really does the cyberpunk theme credit, I like to think. Now if you've enjoyed this video, then there will be a world download as well for this, and the first build in my cyberpunk world here. So yeah, both of these are available from my Discord, so check the Discord link in the description and head over there. But now the most important thing to do, I think, for a cyberpunk build is to show you this in the nighttime. And now that it is nighttime, you can see where all of the hidden lighting really takes effect, and yeah, really builds into the cyberpunk theme. So really happy with how this has gone. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then please do let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see more cyberpunk builds, I'm enjoying the style at the moment, so if you would like to see more, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. Also, if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like, it really helps the channel, and above all, make sure that you do subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And with that being said, all that's left to say is thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time on ADcraft.